What is good, everyone? Welcome back to another backtesting video. Today we're going to be backtesting about 2 to 3 weeks worth of data on the 80% plus Winrate iFVG model that I trade every single day. So we're just going to continue where we left last time, which is this date that you can see in the bottom. Let's skip to the New York session first. And yeah, I will go over my higher time frame bias. I will talk to you guys through my whole thought process and just everything that I see and think of and reasons why I take a trade and everything. So without too much yet, let's just start off here. Let's check the higher time frame. Okay, we're not at all-time highs, but if we're just going to follow the higher time frame trend here, you guys can see we swept out these lows, instantly just racing up towards all-time highs. So in my opinion, a very obvious draw on liquidity. Also previous week high here. So yeah, pretty obvious bias here in my opinion. I'll just be bullish here. Let's see if we have an SMT. No SMT at the lows, unfortunately. Would be nice to see there. But I'm still just going to be bullish up to this intermediate high. This high inside of this fair value gap. And we have an hourly gap, so which I am expecting to hold. So yeah, we also have just some low resistance liquidity here and this low. Just some stacked lows below. So let's just see what we get. Hopefully 930 doesn't take out all the draws, which it looks like it does. We could get a potential short here maybe. Open up an unfilled 5 here. Which looks like it could work. Okay, well, this actually looks pretty clean. Wait, my bad. Okay, so my draw liquidity unfortunately got taken in 1 second into market open. But what we did do after is we are getting a potential short. We just took at this high, we tapped the premium hourly bearish gap very nicely. We open up an unfilled 5-minute gap here, which is a nice draw on liquidity. Why? Because if we are going to be bearish from this sweep, we are just going to trade to and through this gap. But if we are going to be bullish, we should still probably retrace into this 50-minute gap to then continue to move higher. So it is very high probability that you can catch this little move. And we have a 30-second inversion after that. Oh well, it's pretty small. But still, I really like this. I like this mag model. Also built up some low resistance liquidity here. So I actually really like this trade. Let's put the stop loss at the body here and target the unfilled 5-minute gap. Let's skip out. I already know the first 30-second candle. So go break even here once we start running the trendline liquidity here. You know, these lows. Let's see if this is already a 1-to-1. Yes, this is a 1-to-1. So I'll be just scaling most out there. Stop loss to break even, securing the profits, and then just leaving this go for the unfilled 5, which we don't hit. Let's see if we get something else here. There's another potential short, but now, like, if we were going to be bearish, we should have just rejected this. Now it looks like we are just going to remain bullish up to this low resistance liquidity there. So I don't really like this short. We are not delivering from any other key level than we were before. And 10 a.m. also rolled around and we inverse all of these gaps to the left. So like, this is not a trade I would take personally. I would rather take a continuation out of like a 50-minute gap, which we are about to put in. Here's a 50-minute gap now. Yeah, we didn't have a delivery there. So yeah, but I'm already done for the day, and that is also almost 10 a.m. or almost 11 a.m., which is my time to stop trading. So yeah, I'm done for the day there. Looks like we are now closer to all-time highs, and this high just below all-time highs. We have a pretty weird new week opening gap here, or no, this is just a new day opening gap. It looks like. From Monday to like Tuesday, we opened up and then immediately traded lower. So I mean, either one of these are, in my opinion, good draws on liquidity. Also this intermediate high here, and also this low inside of the new week opening gap is, in my opinion, just these are the key levels that I will be looking at right now. Looks like we also have a data high from 8:30 news, which is also a nice draw on liquidity. So let's see, market open just instantly takes out the draw on liquidity. Unfortunately, Looks like we could get a potential short there. The 4 minute looks the cleanest here. The 3 minute still has 2 minutes, it didn't close. The 2 minute still has a minute to go. And the 1 minute closed pretty awkwardly, so. Okay, there's the 4 minute close. I would have a stab at this, just 1-to-1 to the internal low inside of the new week opening gap here. I like the sweep on this high. We are still delivering from this premium 5 minute, which is also the last gap in this leg down, and we start getting very nice displacement lower. And in my opinion, this is a pretty guaranteed break even just at the internal low here. Also inside of a 30-minute gap and inside of this 50-minute gap. So let's see if this plays out to the break even. Yeah, there's break even already. And judging by this candle, this is just going to be a break even trade. Yeah, it does save me from a loss, which is great to see. And this looks like 10 a.m. news. Again, this looks like a data high, which is a nice draw on liquidity, and we just generate liquidity at the highs with this high as well. So maybe we can get some continuation longs. We don't have any 5-minute gaps, but if we can just trade lower, bro, like this would be like a discretionary entry. We just also hit discount on this leg out, it looks like. Yeah, wow, okay, this looks so clean. We just hit, as you guys can see, we just hit the 50% of this range here. We are only delivering from not even a 1 minute, no 2 minute, no 3 minute. So yeah, this is like this 30-second, you know, would be more of a discretional entry just because of the drawn liquidity. But this, you know, I'm not making the backtesting video to show you guys stats or whatever. I'm making this to show you guys the strategy and that it works and everything, but this would be like a discretionary trade. And yeah, unfortunately we just didn't have any delivery from a 5 minute, no 4 minute, no 3 minute, no 2 minute, and no 1 minute. So like there was no delivery, only like a 30-second gap. So yeah, unfortunately right drawn liquidity, but just the wrong just unfortunately not a high quality entry. And looks like we could get a potential short there. It is already 10:30, so it's pretty late in the session, and there's a potential short on the 4 minute. I don't know, I don't really like any, you know, we don't have any reason to go lower until like 60 or 100 points. I would just fade this. I also don't like this chop at all, and this looks more like 10 a.m. PO3. As you guys can see, 10 a.m. open, or 10:30 opens here. We trade lower, and this looks like we could honestly get long. Yeah, so there's a long setup, and we just chop, and that fails, and everything just fails here. So that is why you would just be patient when your draws already got taken, and just skip to the next day, because that is what you can do in backtesting. And in live trading, you have to be patient and sit on your hands. So okay, next day looks like, you know, this low is very high resistant. Just swept out these were, I don't know, not equal lows, but just swept out this low inside of this gap, and you know we still are in pretty close to all-time high territory here. And if you guys have been trading recently, you know how to trade all-time highs, just long. And this low looks very high resistant here, so I am expecting this hourly gap to just hold. And I'm expecting this bearish hourly gap to not hold at all. So yeah, we also have some stacked highs here, and it looks like we have some low resistance highs up here as well. So yeah, dream scenario would probably be trade lower into this hourly intermediate low, which I honestly could see as protected, but let's just see what we get here. Okay, very nice. Market open. Wow. Okay, so bro, this would be so unfortunate if we... What I would look for now is probably just create some internal structure, some low resistance liquidity here, and then a resweep, and then like 945 PO3. But because like this was also recently, we had some like a similar setup, and you had to like, I don't want to enter when we already got like an 80-point move. I don't want to enter all the way up here. So preferably open up an unfilled 5-minute gap, resweep, and then longs. So let's see if we get that. It looks like we don't, bro. We have a 5-minute gap, but this just looks so obvious. I could honestly just press long here, but for you guys, I gotta find a mechanical entry here. So the 3-minute just closed, but we are inside of another 3-minute gap. The 4-minute also just closed. The 5-minute still needs 2 more minutes. Yeah, bro, I'm just gonna long. Okay, so the 2-minute just closed. I hope this is fine enough. Look at this V shape, bro. Like, obviously this should work to the break even. Well, why would I go break even here? No reason. I'll go break even here. Is this equal highs with the devil mark? Yes, it is. This is a wickless candle. So that's a pretty nice draw on liquidity as well. Go break even there and just target this this intermediate high on the 30-minute and also on the hourly, this high inside of this gap. So yeah, let's just see if this plays out. Where is that again? Here. So yeah, 2-minute V-shape inversion, dream scenario as I said before. Very nice Judah swing, 930 opens, sweeps out this low, get an instant V-shape. So okay, break even there. Okay, I'll go break even there. I was a bit hesitant because we still have this gap, which we honestly could just reject, but we just pushed above this high again. So and bang, there's full TP. Very, very nice trade. This was just like the dream scenario. Like sometimes this is why I don't always wait on the highest time frame inversion, because if you were, then like you would wait on the 5-minute and then your entry will be here and like everything would just be so screwed. So if you got the conviction, just take a lower entry. I would honestly probably just take like, nah, well, I would be glad taking the 2-minute there. So very nice entry there. This is why I don't always wait on the highest time frame inversion. It won't work always. Sometimes it will work in your favor to wait on the highest time frame, but I don't always, and that is why, because I am able to use a little bit more discretion in my trading. So yeah, looks like now we are just pushing through these bearish gaps, such as this 4-hour and this hourly gap here, and we are respecting bearish gaps such as this bearish hourly. Probably also like a 30-minute gap. No, this is pretty choppy here. But looks like we are just going to be bearish coming into today. I don't really see a nice spot to long from. We did just hit like this super small 4-hour. So let's just see what we get off market open. I don't have a very strong bias. This looks like a data low. Yeah, this I would definitely class this as a data low. Might be like a tweet or whatever it might be. And we are like generating some liquidity here. Are these equal highs? Bro. No, not at all. But yeah, we are generating some liquidity at the highs here. So this could be nice AMD accumulation, manipulate lower, and then longs. But the higher time frame just still looks a bit more bearish. But like I'm open to longs and shorts, just whatever looks best here. Yeah, we're just not going to get any setups here. I don't really have a nice draw on liquidity because like the next draw on liquidity would be this low down here, which would be almost 200 points away. And like we already had a big expansion from 930 open, already 130 points. So let's see if we can get a continuation short here. Probably just tap the 15, no 50-minute there. Let's see if we tap the 15. Fair. Okay. Wow, we actually got an instant reaction there. But there are like no gaps here to... This looks like this is a bank holiday or something. Look at these candles. Look at these candles also on the 30-second. This looks so ass. Yeah, well that's a short there for you. I don't like these. I don't like this, to be honest. Very choppy. Just gotta resweep. I mean, if we manage to inverse this gap, I like the 2-minute gap here. Wow. Okay, this looks way cleaner. Now we finally picked up the volume again. Just tap the 15-minute gap and 2-minute absolute death candle here. 3 minutes still has a few more minutes. The 5-minute also just closed. It is already 10:10 or 11:10 though. But I mean, I'd still have a stab at this. I like this way better. So just target the internal low here and probably go break even. Just at this is an intermediate low inside of this gap. But I mean, I'll wait on this because technically I'm taking this trade on the 5-minute gap on the 5-minute inversion here, because the 5-minute also just closed. So let's see if this plays out, and that is not what you want to see after. Okay, so that's a pretty quick stop out there. Looks like this could run to full TP. Yeah, let's just skip this. I was trading past 11, and that's not against my rules. Lately, it has been increasing my, average RR on the week massively, but sometimes it will cook you. And I'm really happy with that loss, so it doesn't really matter. So we just took out this high. We had a pretty big overnight expansion, like 400 points. So let's see if we can get a nice pullback here and continue to move up. I don't like how we just took out this intermediate high here and start rejecting. So for longs, I would probably I wouldn't like if we start dumping here, because then it would signify that this would be a protected high. That's a 930 wick. And that's a 30-second long. I'm not the biggest fan. Are we delivering from like a 15? Nah. We did just tap like the 5-minute here, but still like this. I don't like entering this early into the session. Would have probably been a break-even trade. But this is good to see for longs because we just pushed above that high. Okay, now we tap the 15. No, 15 is there. Hourly is there as well. So 10 a.m. opens lower into that hourly would be nice. There's 10 a.m. There's hourly gap as well. Looks like we could just dump here. Wow. Not what I expected. Yeah, well, there's continuation shorts, but like, I don't like how we left these relative equal highs, and we're still inside of that hourly. I mean, this does look like we could just go for the lows here, but I mean, to take continuation shorts, I probably have to see like a 15-minute there. We also had some really nice low resistance low sign here as well, which we still have. So yeah, there's a draw. I mean, this continuation short wasn't bad. I just didn't like how this move wasn't sponsored by anything. And I mean, I was still pretty bullish. I expected these gaps to hold, and I expected, these higher time frame relative equal highs. But I mean, we started dumping heavily. So let's see if we get something else. That is 11 a.m. already, and this is like an A+ long, bro. Just look at this low inside of the hourly gap. And we have an unfilled 15-minute here, and then an unfilled 5-minute here, and then we have a 2-minute inversion. The 2-minute already closed like way earlier. Let me check what that looks like on the 1-minute. If this can load here. Yeah, so that is a close on the 1-minute, and that is also the 2-minute close. So, I mean, in my opinion, this is pretty nice. We put in the unfilled gaps here. We are pretty like overextended lower. I don't know how you would say that. And we just took out the hourly low inside of these gaps. We are just, longing in discount, which is also nice. And then we are also about to put in another 15. No, never mind. So there would be break even. Let's see where 1-to-1 is. Just scale off some there, securing the profits. And there's full TP at the 15-minute gap. So very nice trade. So now trading after 11 did, increase my RR. So yeah, very nice trade there. Hourly sweep, also long in discount after this pretty big dump in AM session. Left these unfilled gaps. So as I said before, if we are going to be bullish, we are trading to and through these gaps. But if we are going to be bearish, we should still trade to these gaps to then continue to move lower. So this is all you need, this little long. So let's see what happens. Okay, so yeah, I don't care. So yeah, very nice trade there, very nice mag model. Yeah. Next day, 4 hour. What are these candles here? Yeah, this looks pretty weird. We are just stuck in between, this bullish gap and then this bearish gap. So we could set some, uh, we could set some conditions here, but it looks like we already inversed this hourly condition, and we could see this looks like some nice low resistance lows here. These three stacked highs, low resistance highs. I mean. So yeah, I will remain bullish until we inverse the 15-minute to the downside here. So let's see what we do. And market open dumps, sweeps out the hourly intermediate low. We are leaving like relative equals with this low, or no, we already took it out. Yeah, so we took out that low, so no equal lows. Let's see if we continue dumping. Okay. Wow. Okay, so there's a 3-minute close. This is, again, this looks so much like the previous trade. We probably have a 5-minute gap. Yeah, super small 5-minute gap. But I mean, the drawn liquidity is just way too obvious. We have the hourly, we have this hourly gap. We inverse, or we sweep out the hourly intermediate low. Look at this fucking wick on the other time frames. Look at this 5-minute close. This just looks like this is just so obvious. When you got a bit of screen time, you can just see these trades play out. Break even at the high there. Break even there. What happens sometimes, and I've been trying. I just wanna I just wanna say that really quick. I've been forward testing and back testing a new break even strategy. So instead of going break even here, you throw your stop loss to below this gap, because oftentimes when we have these trades, we are just going to hit your break even point. You throw your stop loss up to break even, then we revisit this BPR and then run to your TP. I know you guys. I've probably seen that happen in your trading often, but I just don't have the data on it yet. So if someone does, let me know. But yeah, hopefully this can just rip, and bang, there's full TP hit at 10 a.m. news, it looks like. So very, very nice trade again. This looks so similar to the previous trade. 9:30 open, manipulate, sweep out those lows, delivery from the higher time frame gap, get that V-shape inversion, break even at the highs, target your drawn liquidity, and that is all you need for your trading. So yeah, another time where I didn't wait on the highest time frame inversion because I had a lot of conviction. So now it looks like all-time highs could be a very nice draw. We are into the next day and we've absolutely ripped up higher. So what I would like to see, probably a sweep or a tap into the 4-hour gap to then continue to move higher. Hopefully. So, but all-time highs you never know, because we also already took out this low inside of the 30-minute gap, and we got a pretty nice reaction from there. So this could act as a rejection block, and this low could be protected. So let's just see what we get here. I like how we are creating just continuing lower highs. We are making lower highs to potentially turn into a buy model. So let's just see what we get here. Yeah, no potential trades there. Pretty choppy open here. Yeah, pretty choppy. Yeah, if you look on the 5-minute chart, you would not know where market open would be, and I do not like this at all for longs. We are rejecting this BPR. This BPR here, and then we are generating a lot of low resistance lows here. So I'm not the biggest fan of longs at this moment. Rejection block, again this. I don't like these conditions that we're in, to be honest. Okay. We just inverse the 15 to the upside, this 15-minute BPR. But I just don't like these conditions, because look at all of these low resistance lows. I know this is low resistance leading up to high resistance, because this low is high resistance because it just took out a low inside of the other gaps. I just really don't like these conditions, so I would not want to get involved until we get something clearer. And yeah, it's already past 11. Let's go to the next day. Next session. Okay, wait. First off, higher time frame. We are at all-time highs. Yeah. Well, okay. So we just took out all-time highs. I'm just going to be bullish. Very straightforward. Very easy bias. What I would like to see at all-time highs is always 930 open lower, and you know, some key levels that we could trade into is this hourly gap. That is basically it. We don't have any other. We do have some very nice low resistance liquidity here. So, I mean, if we do inverse the hourly at 10 a.m., we could see some nice shorts there. But let's just see. I would still be bullish, and I would never ever in my life take this short. Yeah, if you, I don't know, we didn't even get the 30-second, luckily. And now we are generating some low resistance lows here as well. So just give me a pullback and a long, and that's just how you trade all-time highs. Okay. Okay, we do have an SMT. So ES tapped the hourly gap, and NQ failed to tap the hourly gap, but it's also not in a spot of distribution, you know, so it's not really a valid SMT in my opinion. We're only delivering from a 4-minute gap. Yeah, okay, well technically we are also delivering from this 5 minutes. So I mean, if we get the 5-minute close, no 5-minute close. Let's see. There's the hourly gap, and there's some potential long. We just don't have any gaps to inverse here. We only have this super small 2-minute. But I do really like longs here. Yeah, we had a super small. I mean, this 30-second will probably be like the best trade here, because you're entering lower into the range. We just had this sweep, and we had 2 very strong bullish candles. I just missed that, and I'm not going to go in the replay. Still no 2-minute inverse. Yeah, I don't like this at all. I'll probably just take like a continuation higher here rather than taking anything in this chop here. So it looks like, yeah, it's already past 11, so not the best session. In my opinion, this 30-second here was probably the best trade here. I really like this. Just stop loss at the body here, and then, well, if you went break even here, then you could have, yeah, would have probably been a break even trade anyway. Next session. Let's see if we are still at all-time highs. Yes, we are. All-time highs is just up here. Let's see. Oh, by the way, is ES also at all-time highs? Yes, so we just took out all-time highs on ES. So yeah, just going to be bullish here. And let's see if we can manipulate any lower. We already hit this hourly, so I mean, we could just rip up the whole session. That idea would be confirmed if we inverse the 15 here, but I mean, this is like very obvious bullish here in my opinion. I also hit this 5-minute rejection block. Let's see. Okay, this looks pretty nice. If we have like a 30-second, okay, we have a 30-second. Let's skip 30 seconds forward here. Okay, there's a 30-second long. Let's look at the context here. So delivery from a 4-hour very nicely, so wicking the CE, also delivering from like the 30-minute, probably also 15-minute, yeah. And then we have an unfilled 5. Do we? No, this is not even an unfilled 5. I thought it was a really small one, but it isn't. I don't like this as a target, because you know, this high just took out liquidity here inside of this gap, so that is not the best target. And we don't have any other. I don't know. I'll probably still take this. This looks pretty clean in my opinion, and just target a 1-to-1 here. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, holy shit! I wanted to go break even at this high, but that happened way too fast. Holy shit. Let's take this trade again for the statistics. Bro, holy candle. Okay, if we can skip 30 seconds forward here. Okay, bro, never mind. I'll just it doesn't even matter. It's a break even anyway, so it doesn't change the PNL or whatever. Let's see. Hopefully we can. Oh, we already hit this. We already hit the 15-minute low there. Damn. Okay, so I like the idea of longs here. Still delivering from the 4 hour. Just tap this discounted. We already tapped. Well, this looks like we could also tap the 50% here. Yeah. Okay, I like longs here. I'm taking the 30-second here. Still trading at all-time highs. Just tap that discounted gap, and then yeah, I will take a long here. I think my stop loss is way more low resistance, or way high resistant than my targets here. So probably go break even at this intermediate high. Okay, break even there, and just full TP at this high here, which is well, it's just the high inside of this gap, I guess. Bang, very nice trade there. Beautiful mag model again. This is such. These are the trades you need to be taking on in all-time highs conditions. We got the pullback into the 50% into this hourly gap, sweep on this 15-minute intermediate low, and then we are having this 1 minute, or well, the small 30-second. But I mean, you could also even take like the CISD here. This was just so obvious in my opinion. Just that V shape probably had a more obvious 15. No, not even. Yeah, this is such a clean trade. This would probably run to all-time highs, but I just take my like 1.5R and go on with my day. So we'll do a few more days. We are still trading at all-time highs here. I think these videos could be very useful because we are trading at all-time highs right now. So I mean, if you pay attention, yeah, all-time highs up here. We just hit like this hourly gap, and we have equal highs is what I saw. Yeah, so I mean, bro, market open, trust me, market open is going to do some bullshit, but like a sweep on this low and then longs will be so clean. Okay, bro, why? What is this candle, bro? This is so unfortunate. I really like this trade idea. This candle just fucks up everything. Yeah, like, bro, what did we do? We have an unfilled 15 here, and then like, bro, that would be not even a 1R. Yeah, let's just see if this gets break even. Yeah, so break even trade anyway, bro. Okay, break even there. Yeah, break even trade. Let's see if this runs. I mean, we don't have any delivery here, unfortunately, for continuation longs. Only a 1 minute gap, but I mean, this will probably run here. Equal highs, no, never mind. Yeah, I'm still bullish here. Wow, okay, that's unfortunate. I would have loved continuation longs, but I guess like my long idea here, it was just too choppy, and yeah, still had the right idea, right bias and everything. Just unfortunate. Let's see if we tap a 5. There's a 5 minute gap, and there's like some potential longs here. Yeah, they fill. Oh, holy shit. So 15 minutes. Okay, we hit the 15 here. Looks like we also hit discount. No, we just missed discount of this range, but we did hit like the discounted 15-minute gap here, and we are getting some longs here. Wow, bro, why does this need to close so high? So like the 3 minute just closed, the 2 minute didn't even inverse there, and the 1 minute also just closed. But I mean, this can be worth taking and just aim for a 1-to-1 and break even at all-time highs. Bruh. Okay, so that loses. Okay, but now we did hit discount on this higher time frame range. And there's a long, and there's an unfilled 5 minute. Like a one, oh no, the 1 minute didn't even close. Okay, well, there's the 1 minute close, and it closes inside of that gap. I still like the idea of longs here. Okay, if we can get the, okay, so there's the 4 minute close. I'll just aim for 1 hour here to make back the loss, bro. Set at this high, probably. To make back the loss, that sounds kind of like bullshit, but okay, banger, TP. Okay, next day. Oh, and it was already past 11, so pretty sketchy. But I mean, that is also why I take 2 trades a day, because oftentimes you will just get stop rated on the first trade idea, and then we will run the second. So that is why I prefer lighter risk and then just 2 losses max per day, than just take 1 heavy size trade. So yeah, it's still at all-time highs. We have the 30-minute gap here, so let's see if we can get some longs out of there, or the 30-minute intermediate low. There's a sweep, and there's a 5-minute gap. Resweep on the low. Yo, if we can get a 1 minute there, that's unfortunate. I mean, I'm still open to this 1 minute, to be honest. Oh. Let's see if we are delivering from anything new. Okay, wow. Yeah, so fat 30-minute gap, probably also an hourly gap. Yeah, hourly 4 hour. Unfilled 5 minute here. And this is going to be the last trade of the session here. There's the closure. Yeah, I don't like this too much, but I mean, just holy shit, bro. 1 hour. My bad for my dogs, bro. Okay, break even there. Why did I put my stop loss all the way down there? So that would be a 1-to-1. Okay, so break even trade. Yeah, that will just wrap up the session here. Still made like pretty good. Yeah, so still 75% win rate. Made 5K on the 100K account. This is the calendar. Still looks pretty decent overall. 2 losing days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 winning days and then 2 break even days. So yeah, if you guys want to backtest this same date, just do it. And I saw a lot of people watch my video and then backtest the same date, and then compare my thought process and everything. So make sure to check out everything down below. Make sure to join up the free Discord, mine or my mentor's, or if you want to learn from him, just check that out as well. I just noticed this is a break even day, so only 1 losing day, which is pretty good as well. Yeah, here are all the other stats if you guys want to see whatever. So yeah, have a nice day. See you guys in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe. Ciao.